the regular meeting of the Johnson County Fiscal Court to order at this time. First item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. Kathy, you will please.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on your agenda is the approval of the minutes of the August 13th regular meeting and August 22nd special meeting. You have those minutes in your packet. Is there any questions or comments about the minutes?
Make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Daniel. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the approval of monthly bills. You have the bills before you. Are there any questions or comments about the bills? We also had some in the packet you guys looked at.
Move to approve the bills as presented.
Motion by Commissioner Daniel to approve the bills as presented.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gamble. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is transfers for the fiscal court. We have our regular monthly transfer for the jail fund from 4909 general fund to 4910 to the jail fund. This is a normal cost of doing business. I think our rates are down a little bit, Mike. You told me the other day
I think the jail numbers as a whole is down a little bit because the jail's lost some of Elliott and Morgan County prisoners.
Correct.
So the number count is down. Unfortunately, that means the revenue count's going to drop too, I think.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a two-edged sword. It's good that they're eliminating some of the overcrowdedness maybe, but
That's
it
true.
also hurts a little bit when your revenue's impacted.
That's true.
Any other comments about the transfers to the jail fund? If not, I need a motion from the court.
Make a motion, we approve the transfer from general fund to jail fund.
I have a motion by Commissioner Gamble,
Second.
second by Commissioner Adams. Any other discussion? If not, we didn't vote on that,
We did a first and second, then all in favor.
right? Okay.
All in favor.
Hmm.
Yep, we did not. All in favor.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Next item on the agenda is to open the bids for the solid waste contract. That's why we have two bids here. Who's up in front, Paul?
Apple Valley.
Apple Valley, and this one is a sealed bid from somebody. Mike, is this your standard procedure here for a contract?
Yeah, that's the one that we approved the last year. It's pretty similar to the original one.
Well, let Mike take a look at that, Terry, and maybe the one Paul's got as well, and see whether or not they're consistent.
Rumpke is way,
This
the way
is-
I read it is, it says, like to do a no bid at this time.
It says, thank you for your invitation to submit a bid for a solid waste franchise of Johnson County Fiscal Court. Rumpke of Kentucky finds it necessary at this time to submit a quotation mark, no bid.
No bid.
Okay, so they're not bidding.
Well, what, how about Apple Valley, Paul?
We're proposing a bid of $16.50 per month per resident.
$16.50.
Yes. And he's got all the financial statements and everything submitted with the report.
To Mike, let him go through that and make sure it complies with it. I kind of thought there might be some other bids out there this time around, because they have, some of the other haulers have, tried to spread into eastern Kentucky, if you will. I guess they,
There's a financial statement from Wells and Company and a description of all the vehicles that they have in place. And of course, they already have a waste station or transfer station is already in place, so. On the surface, it looks fine, Judge.
do they meet, it meets, substantially meets all the criteria.
It does on the surface of it, yes, sir. I don't see anything that jumps out and says it doesn't.
Is that something, that would indicate maybe we need to take a couple days and look at, let you review it, or is that something that you feel comfortable with, that, he's met the requirements of the bidding?
It looks like he's met them, Judge.
So you're satisfied with that as being,
Sure.
okay?
I mean, there's a financial statement from Wells and Company. There's a description of all the assets, and of course, he's already in place and doing business.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I was concerned about, was could a newcomer come in and just
Walk in.
start off feet on, or boots on the ground as soon as he got here. Just would be something that would worry me a little bit. But Apple Valley's got a long history here, and we know the assets that they have in the county, and that is something that's very beneficial to us, and something I was interested in.
We'll go over the terms of bid.
The contract itself, I guess the best thing to do at this point is set up a meeting with Apple Valley and Mr. Lusk and go over the terms of the contract and make sure he'll approve it and sign it. And once he approves it and sign it, you should be good to go. So next was November, I guess.
Do we accept the bid tonight? And
I think if the court's satisfied with it, sure. There's nobody else to bid anyway. I don't know why we couldn't. But I do think we'll need to go through it with him and make sure he approves it and he signs off
oh,
on
I
it.
agree, yeah.
Yeah. So, the next meeting, I guess we can come back and report that it's been approved and he signed off on it. We just have to meet with him to make sure it's okay.
Okay.
As long as he agrees to sign the contract and its terms. I don't know what else there is to do.
Do you have a time that it would be better that he?
Anytime.
Okay, you're not gonna be out of town any extended period or anything for a while, okay. Having said that, it's the opinion of the county attorney that we can go ahead and pass this evening and then review everything to make sure that we've touched all the bases and identified any disagreements or anything.
Move that we approve the bid by Apple Valley for solid waste contract.
I have a motion to approve the bid of Apple Valley.
Second.
And a second by Commissioner Gamble.
Say Apple Valley.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Would you guys like to have a copy of this at any time? You want to wait till we review it and get a copy, or do you want to do it?
I can wait.
Okay. We'll get you a copy as soon as we review the thing. Okay, thank you so much. We've had a long history with you guys, and I feel confident that it'll continue, and I appreciate that to no end. Next item is tax rates for the fiscal court. And we were trying to get all the tax rates for the taxing districts in and did not have them all. We had one question with the form. I guess they sent you the wrong form or something.
No, we were waiting on a signature for me to get you that other form,
Okay,
because the board member was out, but it's been approved.
okay, I understand that. But we didn't have all the forms from the other people as well. So what we're going to try to do is have a special meeting next week and go through all of them at one time. I think we've got pretty much everything corrected now, and we will try to schedule that Wednesday or Thursday. Do you all have any special day next week? Mike, you gonna be in town?
As far as I know, Judge. Let me check my calendar.
How about Thursday or so?
We've got 3 is all.
When,
Housing at 3, anytime before 3.
could we do it lunchtime? Yeah, we can do it
11 o'clock.
lunchtime.
11 o'clock next Thursday,
Huh?
11 o'clock next Thursday.
Yeah. I'll do 11 o'clock, next Thursday, we'll,
Next week, this Thursday.
or yes, a week from this week.
Would be the 20th.
Or,
Would that be the 20th?
I don't have it.
Well, it's the 3rd.
My 20th is.
Wait a minute, Judge.
Oh,
The 20th.
okay.
No, wait a minute. The 20th isn't, I take that back. The 20th is not good for me.
Okay, let's take a look at the dates for everybody. And as soon as we can agree on them, you'll get them into us. And then we'll settle on a date for the special meeting.
I can do it the 19th or the Friday, or the 21st.
Or,
I can do it the 19th, the Wednesday, or the Friday, but the Thursday, I can't.
19th would work better for me.
hmm,
19th would work better for me on Wednesday.
well, I think getting in that part of the week, it's gonna be tough for me. But I'll know in the morning, I can change in the morning. But let me do that, let me talk to everybody, and then I'll call in the morning, and try to set up a final date, and we'll just take a look at these, and it's generally just a general oversight to anyway. And there's no changes or anything like that we're involved with, because there's no constitutional right in most of those cases. So let's do that. I'll try to get information to you tomorrow, and we'll try to come up with a date then.
Hey, did he say Thursday? What time?
Next item is amendment for the sheriff's budget. We have, whereas County of Johnson's realized unbudgeted receipts from CLEF program, July and August, $8,210. Surplus equipment, $28,475. Closed donation account. Donation account. What is that, do you know what?
Don't know anything about sheriff's budget. Addie might know.
How did you, do you have any information on this donation account? In the sheriff's budget?
Sure. I found it here. I don't know the account numbers right off, Judge, but we can have her put those in there if you want us to.
Okay, that's, I would think, when they, under FICA, should they have that as a regular?
Judge, I don't have a clue what that is. I've never spoken to the sheriff about his budget. I don't know what that is. I think the surplus equipment was something he sold a truck or something.
I don't know.
Tractor.
That's
Tractor.
$40,000 involved here.
I know that I was told that they advertised in the bid some kind of tractor trailer for the surplus equipment they obtained from some service, some government agency. They sold it, I think. The donation account, I don't know what that is.
I would think if you have a donation account, that should be part of your regular budgetary process.
I can't tell you.
I'll check into that, I'll make a call tomorrow. I guess we can go ahead and take action on that, while we're getting an answer with regard to the donation account, which I don't know about. So in order to, they're talking about 36,000, 38,889. And that goes into deputy salaries, 8,200, 20,000 in police equipment, and 10,000 in vehicle maintenance. What's the pleasure of the court at this time? I would propose that we approve the request to properly assign this money. And I'll try to get some questions answered about the donation account, whatever.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Adams,
Second.
second by Commissioner Gamble. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the unmined coal settlements, statements. These unmined mineral statements are relatively self-explanatory. You've got Johnson County School District has revenue from that, the library has revenue from that, the Health Department, Extension Service, Conservation, you have approximately $23,757 total. And those are discounted by credits from exonerations, discounts, uncollected monies and commissions. Charges over credits are $18,693. Less amounts paid, $18,693. Commission earned at 4% for the school district. They received $477. And the commissions were $477 were paid by the school district, and that's settles those accounts as having been properly, monies have been received, monies have been distributed, and the account is balanced. Any questions or discussions? If not, I'll recommend that the court approve this settlement.
Make that motion.
Have a motion by Commissioner Adams,
Second.
second by Commissioner Gamble. Any further discussion? not, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We had last week, or last month's meeting, a bid process for embankment failures, and we needed contractors to bid the drill steel and install the drill steel and put in stuff that would hold that steel and keep the embankments from sliding into the creek, in most cases, or losing the roadway, even in some cases, the worst possible cases. We had a bid process, selected the high bidder. He came in and signed the contract. Agreed to all the terms of the contract. We had stipulations in there when the work had to start, when it had to be completed, and the things that you normally would have in a contract of that nature. The guy that won the bid did not meet any of the deadlines that and dates that he was supposed to. On 3 or 4 different occasions, we gave him an opportunity to kind of get his rear end in gear and try to get that work done, because we were facing a situation here, maybe get into cold weather pretty soon. He assured us on 2 or 3 occasions, oh, I'll be right there, I'll be right there. Never could do it, never did do it. So we met with Mike Endicott, Willard and I, discussed the matter. It was obvious the guy was not going to meet the rest of the contracts. He couldn't meet the first one. So we terminated his agreement and asked Mike if we could drop down in our bid process to the second bidder on that project to begin with. And Mike says that is something we could do. We have proposed that, and that has been accepted verbally, pending action tonight by the court to let us approve moving down and giving the second contractor who has worked for us in the past, and we have been successful with this kind of work in the past. So you have a letter there from Willard Burton that says September 4th, Michael Endicott, County Attorney, notified Chris Isaac of Isaac Drilling that his contract was null and void due to a failing to begin work by the contract date of August 27, 2018. To allow the timely repairs of our embankment failures, I recommend the Johnson County Fiscal Court award the work to the next bidder, Natco Inc., which has done numerous jobs, successfully drilled rail repairs for us in the past. Their bid is $22 for rail in place, $7.50 for cribbing in place, and $35 for classified backfill. However, the Fiscal Court will retain the option to do the backfill with in-force labor, in-force equipment, and material from inventory on a site-by-site basis. And that is the understanding we have with Natco. And tonight, I would ask the court to authorize us to move forward with this procedure.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Gamble,
Second.
second by Commissioner Adams. Any further discussion? Not all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item, a lot of people, school systems and several other counties have in their policy manual a paragraph that permits employees that has built up sick days to, if they have a wish to, there's no requirement, absolute none. It's strictly on a voluntary basis. But to permit some employees that have those kinds of hours stockpiled to donate those hours or some of those hours to their coworkers on a case-by-case basis. And Will come to me the other day, and we've got an employee who's been off at several serious medical issues recently. He's not been here an awful long time, and he's taken all of his vacation, all of his sick days, all of his personal days, and he still is going to come up short. Willard has asked if we could develop a policy like this, and said he would like to donate at least 10 hours, which would be, or 10 days, I'm sorry, 10 days, which would keep his coworker from missing a paycheck. And I told him that this would have to be on a case-by-case basis. Certainly would have to be written so that there's no argument at all that it's not personal. It must be personal, it must be voluntary. So having said that, I certainly admire Willard. He's been here a long time, has a lot of sick hours, and wants to share that. And I would hope that we could authorize me tonight to develop a policy or amended policy for sick leave and try to accommodate the needs of some of these employees. It's not often you can have this situation, but it is a good thing if you've got it and there's people wanting to use it. So, Mike, do you see a problem with this at all?
As long as it's, I think you're gonna have to make sure that it's clear. I didn't know this was coming, so off the top of my head, I think you're gonna have to make sure it's clear that sick policy, of course, could roll into retirement or overtime or any of that sort of thing.
Understand
Just
that?
be strictly hour for hour, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the person giving and person receiving should probably have to sign off on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
I think that's the way most of the other
Yeah, I think
counties are
that's
doing it,
what's,
and I thought I would contact some of those people. I just talked to him about this a couple of days ago. I told him I'd bring it to the court today.
I know it's done, so.
Yeah, and I'll check and get some sample.
Sure. Probably a good idea.
Okay.
You
Hey,
need a motion for you to come up with the policy?
And you guys do have that in the school system, don't you? Okay. You have a motion to authorize me to come up with a written policy for court review ASAP.
Second.
Motion and a second by Commissioner Daniel. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Gary, anything big time? Boy, I tell you, my TV the last month, every time I flip it on, I've got another emergency management crisis out there. Seems like there's been flooding that people have never seen before. And we've been in the same boat a couple of times a few years ago. But I don't know what's going on with the weather, but I noticed we've been lucky. All those things, those maps shows that
Yeah.
moving kind
We
of
were
north
real-
and east away from us, 2
Real
or 3
fortunate
different nights.
yesterday, but places like Moorhead and Mount Sterling wasn't so
Yeah.
lucky. And they're still looking for a
8-year-old.
eight-year-old little boy.
That was the
looked at my
saddest
phone.
thing.
We're getting volunteers out tomorrow to go out and search too. So, you know, it's bad. They had like over 5 inches of rain, you know, in a pretty short period of time. There's nowhere for it to go,
Yeah,
you know.
well, that is the saddest thing of that child,
Yeah.
to be swept away like that. But, you know, we're glad it bypassed us.
Right.
It's,
Well, we all know that was the remnants of the hurricane that come up through the Gulf. Now we've got one
yeah,
coming out of the Atlantic that's coming right straight at us. You
Yeah.
know, I think Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina have already declared already.
yeah.
You know, and it's still 3 or 4 days out, so it's probably gonna be a bad one, you know, and we probably will get rainfall from it unless it
If it
changes
comes,
directions a little bit.
yeah, if it comes at that path that they're looking at, that's very possible.
Oh, yeah, right. But we'll keep an eye on it because it could impact us, you know.
Okay, but you guys do a good job. Something we're always proud of is how our people respond.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, anything from the court?
We were going to talk about the resurfacing for the sale here,
Or,
from the state about the money that's for the resurfacing of the roads.
oh, I haven't had time to give that to them, Patty, but I wanted to, we've been looking for this for 10 or 12 days. We received money for blacktopping a section of roads in the county about a month ago. And we knew that we had this money coming. There's another $137,000 here. And I think we said, we told the court a couple of weeks ago that with this additional money, if we can get a contractor in here quick enough, and we don't end up pushing it to close to when the plants are gonna be closed, but we will be doing almost $1 million in blacktop work again this year. This will be the 4th or 5th year in a row, and that's absolutely amazing, and that's something that this court deserves all the credit in the world for their good stewardship of the county money, and I want to personally thank them for that. But we just got the letter. I'll tell you what we might as well do, because I know we're going to have to do it anyway. I would like for you to authorize us to sign a resolution with the Transportation Cabinet associated with us receiving $137,000 for blacktop, and authorize me to sign any and all documents to administer this program, because if and when we get a contractor, they're gonna wanna move in and just jump in and take off. And we're gonna need to be waiting for them with resolutions that we know is coming down the road. So, I need a motion, I got a motion from Kathy that for the project identified by Craig Tomlin of the Commissioner of the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, authorizing me on behalf of the Johnson County Fiscal Court to sign any and all documents associated with administering the expenditures of these dollars.
Second motion.
And a second by Commissioner Daniel. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. I think I've got some language on this that I gave to Edna before I left, or
Okay.
before she left tonight. So we'll be
We'll do
sure
that
to
tomorrow.
mention that to me tomorrow.
Okay.
And thanks for don't letting me forget the whole thing.
Okay.
That's all we have. Is there anything at all for the good of the county? If not, need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Have a motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.